Hello and welcome. You're watching Newsx and I'm Megha Sharma. Tomorrow, 28th of September, the Dubai International Stadium will ignite for the Asia Cup 2025 T20 Final. India versus Pakistan. India on the flawless 6-win streak hunts a 7th title, while Pakistan claws back for revenge after 2 stinging defeats to the men in blue. Group A, India romped home by 7 wickets, chasing 128 in 15.5 overs behind Shubman Gill's elegant 50. Super Fours, Suryakumar Yadav's blistering 58 of 26 balls powered a 6-wicket thriller on September 21st, but not without fireworks. Controversy erupted over heated on-field exchanges, with Pakistan alleging Indian sledging. Yet, with the ICC fined only Sky 10% of his match fee for a code of conduct breach, sparking outrage in Lahore for perceived bias. No penalties for Pakistan's players. Joining me on the telecast are my panelists, and let's start this conversation right away. I have with me Shekhar Vijayan. Shekhar, good to have you on the telecast. All eyes are going to be on the finals of the Asia Cup, India versus Pakistan. Was this anticipated?
So it's going to be a humdinger of a game, knowing how India's played so well. India has always been a revelation. But one really can't discount Pakistan. You know, Pakistan, depending on what side of the bed they get out from or how they are on that particular day, it can change completely. And Megha, also, it's a T20 game. In a T20 game, anything is possible in the space of an over. The game can change so quickly. But I think the positive part for India is that leading up to this final, which they're going to play tomorrow, India has got all the bases covered in terms of the bowling, in terms of the batting. They've also gone through a super over. They explored the entire paradigm of a T20 game. So they have all these things covered. So in terms of what can happen if the batting order collapses or the bowling gets belted for a few runs. So I think in that way, India's experience, India's talent, India's maturity should take them through. And I would really want India to win in a very convincing way.
Right.
Technically, I would not have wanted India to play this game at all. But now that they've played this game, we would really want India to win and go all the way.
Okay, all right. Sunil Kalra also on the telecast. Sunil, let's hear it from you about the anticipation. Obviously, people are looking forward to this match. India-Pakistan is a traditional rivalry that everybody anticipates and is gung-ho about. Also, keeping in mind the past record of Pakistan in the Asia Cup 2025 that we are witnessing, every single game against India has been lost. What are the advantages India has in the game that is going to happen tomorrow?
Well, India certainly has an edge, as Shekhar has already pointed out, that India has got tremendous edge. They've even got the winning part of the super over as well. So they've seen the highs of the high and the most challenging, grinding part of it as well. But when you look at the stats, Megha, very important, the top 3 batters of India are 40 to 50% higher as compared to the top 3 batters of Pakistan. So if you have that kind of batting depth, and the bowler, you've got the all-time greatest bowler in the fast bowling department with us. You've got Kuldeep Yadav, who's perhaps one of the best spinners available in the world today. So I think our bases are covered. The fitness is good. Things are looking good. It's just a matter of time to just do the one last clinical act, Megha.
Okay. Okay, I also have with me right now Toss Rizvi. Toss, how do you feel about India's batting lineup, especially after the top 3 or 4 batsmen play, and in the eventuality that they all get out? You're talking about Suryakumar Yadav or Abhishek Sharma, Shubman Gill. Is our middle order and the lower order as strong, and could Pakistan take advantage of that?
Advantage of any situation right now. The kind of cricket that we are playing in, especially our batters, and that includes the dangerous Abhishek Sharma. There are loopholes. There are batters who are not in form. Of course, Suryakumar Yadav and Shubman Gill, they are not looking good. They are loopholes. But overall, if you look at the whole picture, we are the strongest side in the Asia Cup right now. I mean, just look at that. The top 2 scores have been scored by Team India. 200 plus runs yesterday. It's a different matter. That's our bowlers gave away runs yesterday, or maybe they were too easy against Sri Lanka, and also that Jasprit Bumrah wasn't playing. Some way or the other, I'm a bit disappointed that Abhishek Sharma is not getting his 100 that he's due right now. I mean, he's scoring tons of runs, but the elusive 100, that's not goes on to score that particular three-figure mark. But then again, he's playing that selfless cricket, which is good for team. Overall, I think it's a strong batting lineup, and I think it's the best in the world. Right?
Okay, let's hold that thought, and now we're getting more information. India's Asia Cup 2025 campaign has been masterclass in T20 dominance, entering the final unbeaten with 6 commanding wins. Under Suryakumar Yadav's captaincy, the men in blue kicked off Group A by dismantling Pakistan by 7 wickets, chasing 128 runs in 15.5 overs thanks to Shubman Gill's 50. They crushed Oman and UAE effortlessly. Then Super 4s, they routed Bangladesh by 6 wickets and repeated the feat against Pakistan with Suryakumar Yadav's explosive 58 of 26 balls. The thriller against Sri Lanka, where India posted 202 runs for 5 out, tied the game and clinched it in a super over. The standouts were Suryakumar Yadav's fireworks, Tilak Verma's consistent knocks and spinner's grip. Concerns, however, linger over fielding lapses with 12 dropped catches. Now they eye a 7th title against Pakistan tomorrow, a fitting climax to their flawless run. Coming back to you, Sunil, we've taken a look at the statistics. We have also seen what are our weaknesses, what are our advantages. How do you view, I mean, if India were to win the toss, will it bat or will it chase?
See, as I explained in the past, that the pitch goes little slower as the match progresses. So the hardness of the ball actually helps the batters to accelerate. If you ask me what are the armor with our chinks, I mean, in the sense, I would say that India is really lacking in the fielding department. The number of catches that they've lost is almost as high as Hong Kong, which is a very juvenile, making the first team to the cut. So if you look at overall situation, I would say fitness and a little bit of catching, which India needs to do. But if they were to win the toss, they will go in for the bat, go in for the kill, and they'll go in for the maximum out there. Megha?
Sure. All right. Shekhar Vijayan, you know, apart from the tournament and Pakistan-India matches that have garnered a lot of attention, there have been unfortunate incidents as well. Wherever Pakistan has been involved throughout this tournament, there has been controversy, especially against India. And of course, there was a penalty that was levied against Harish Rauf in the last match that had taken place between India and Pakistan for that unwarranted gesturing that he had made, maybe indicating at the India military strikes on Pakistan on 7th of May for the duration of 7 days, Sahibzada Farhan. How do we, stop Pakistan, or at least not distract Indian players from these unneeded, not required theatrics that Pakistan has gotten used to?
I think the real focus for India would be to prove a point to Pakistan because of what's happened in the recent past with the kind of breaching of ICC court which Suryakumar Yadav got or Hazrat got. I think India should put it behind them and just go for the kill. Tomorrow, Sunday is a big game. It's a final with Pakistan, and if they, when you win, everything else doesn't really matter. Pakistan has been losing, and they've been still be talking and been posturing. Now tomorrow, if India wins, things will change completely. I think India should just focus on being professional and clinical in their approach and forget everything what's happened in the past in terms of all the off-field distractions, in terms of the ICC code which has happened, and in terms of, I think they should just focus on the game, focus on the batting, bowling and fielding and keep it very simple because in this particular game, we've also noticed, like Sunilji mentioned, that India's fielding has not been really great. We've also noticed in longer tournaments, India has never really fielded well. As a matter of fact, So India really needs to focus on the simple things like getting the catches right, getting the fielding right. The captain needs to score big runs. Instead of making grandiose statements, he really needs to score big runs because, like I said, your action speaks louder than words. Once you do this tomorrow, everything else will fall in place. There is a lot of pressure for them, which they have because they're playing against Pakistan and they're representing India and they're representing such a huge populace, which is expected. But tomorrow is going to be a big game for them, and I'm sure they will deliver.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Coming back to you, Sunil, again, scrutinizing Pakistan's team, its performance in the last matches in the tournament. Big faces have come up. There are bowlers that have shown very brightly. Shaheen Afridi, one of them. How do you think India is best equipped to tackle him?
Well, when you look at Shaheen Afridi, of course, he's one of the best new ball bowlers in this format of the game, no doubt about it. But when you look at the stats of the Indian batter, your Indian batter is around 360 runs, the highest run getter in India. Guess where is the Pakistan run getter is at? 160, then 145, 133. So when you look at those numbers, they're actually half of our top batter. So that's not a concern. The concern for India is to hold on to the wickets. Now, another stats that I've been saying consistently for India, whenever they lose the wicket, unlike the Englishmen, Indians tend to take 2 or 3 deliveries extra, which means if they lose 5 or 6 wickets in a match, 3 overs are virtually wiped out. And this is a pattern that we've noticed in this Asia Cup. This is the first time it has happened, and Abdul pointed out that very unique way of Indians slowing down. And we only have ourselves to blame. So A, hold on to the wickets. B, whenever the wickets fall, ensure that it doesn't fall into the cluster. Rotate strike, like Gavaskar says it. If you hit a big 6, just go change the strike, go and stand on the other end. Indians have now got into the habit of hitting big 6s, but that's where they succumb. And that's where Abhishek Sharma has gone down. And if you have seen all the matches, the pattern is Abhishek Sharma falls down within 18 deliveries, 2 other wickets fall down, which cause a great deal of problem for the Indians to accumulate bigger runs. So yeah,
okay,
that's one of the things that India has to worry about. Megha?
Toss, a response from you, your perspective. Who must the Indian team watch out for in the Pakistan 11 when they are on the ground, on the field, facing them? Whether it is about the bowlers or when we talk about the batting lineup.
No, I'm not worried about the Pakistan batting lineup. When they are yet to come out and start playing as a team. But I'm worried about their bowlers. Shaheen Shah Afridi, Haris Rauf, of course, Abrar Ahmed. Abrar Ahmed could hold the key because it's the middle of the. Obviously, he has scored runs. Double 200. We have crossed 200 last night. Before that, we crossed 180. But then the only problem right now on these kind of wickets are the slow bowlers. Slow bowlers can be very dangerous only, and I agree with Sunil. But if the Indian team has to be a bit cautious in their approach when they are batting in the middle overs, and that is the most difficult stage of the game. But again, I would say ours is a very young and daring batting lineup. They won't give away just like that. They have a vision. They have a goal. They know what's their target is. Gautam Kabir is a mentally strong coach, and he's a mentor who knows what to get, how and what to get out of these players. So somewhere or the other, it's not a big worry. Yeah, the concerns are the injury. I mean, there is an injury scare to Hardik Pandya. Tonight or by tomorrow, we'll come to know exactly how much he's recovered. But overall, I think Pakistan is not a major worry. But somewhere or the other, it's the final pressure. The only team that can challenge Team India right now is Team India itself, unless they collapse or they make mistakes. Otherwise, no team stands a chance to stand up against this all-round side. I mean, this is not just a team on paper, tigers on paper. They are literally tigers on the field. So somewhere or the other, I don't take any threat from Pakistan.
Okay, all right. Coming back to you, Shekhar, individual performances, and I do want to talk about India's captain, Suryakumar Yadav. How has he performed? Of course, he takes the majority of the credit. If India ends up winning the Asia Cup, India has won all the matches that it has played in the Asia Cup tournament up until now. But how has his individual performance been?
Megha, sorry. I thought the question was...
Megha, if I were to take on Shekhar's this thing, I believe the audio glitch was there. Suryakumar has got a score of 12, 5, 0 and 47 not out. If you look at it from that perspective, I think we deserved the kind of talent that he has, the kind of shots that he has. He deserves to be playing little more considering he's the skipper. And you also have two more skippers in the side, former skippers playing under him, or maybe three. Shekhar can jump in here and take it from there. But yeah, little more to be desired. Shekhar, over to you.
Thank you, Sunil Bhai. I think, like Sunil sir said, this is a battle of musical chairs in the T20 squad for us, actually, if you look at it. There's a lot of experience, there's a lot of talent. And I just feel, I hope India is not distracted by all the off-field noise. I feel Suryakumar Yadav is a little affected by what's happened in the past, the handshake controversy, the low scores. Because in T20, talent is very... the timing is important. More than the timing, it's the scores which is important. Because that builds a rhythm for you and then it, boils down to the finals. Who knows, he can play really well tomorrow if he gets to spend more time out in the middle. And also adding on to what our esteemed panelists were talking. In T20 we have noticed that the time between 9th over to the 30th over is the most important over, when you milk the bowlers. And that's a time when India really needs somebody like a Suryakumar Yadav to come in, because him with his unconventional shots, with his acrobatic shots, with his gravity-defying shots can make a big difference. We need to see more of that rather than him just milking it, because he's got the talent to change the game around, and that's the reason why he's in the T20 squad in the first place, and that's the reason why he's the captain. So tomorrow was obviously an important game for him, like every game is, but obviously India is going to be watching it. And more than anything else, it's also a tight slap on Pakistani faces also, because they questioned him, and with ICC doing what it did. I think when you perform well, it answers all your detractors in one single swipe. Yeah. And that's what Suryakumar Yadav should really do.
Okay. India's unbeaten run of 6 wins led by Suryakumar Yadav's blistering form sets them as favourites for his 7th title. Pakistan, desperate to overturn 2 earlier defeats in this tournament, faces heat from Saim Ayub's 4 ducks and their bowling coach's shock exit. The 23rd September clash saw tensions boil, with Pakistan claiming Indian sledging, yet only Suryakumar Yadav copped a 10% ICC fine, fueling biased debates. Dubai has hosted 102 T20s with 58 chase wins. India's 8-2 record here screams dominance. The 2-day-old pitch, last used for India's tie with Sri Lanka, promises 160 to 180, favouring spinners, mid-overs and chasers under due. Weather's clear, it's 32 to 35 degrees Celsius. All right, coming to you about what is a realistic score that India should be scoring when they bat?
See, India has already broken all the records. I mean, you talk about 180, 200 last night. Somewhere or the other, I mean, even if they score 160, 170 plus, they have enough bowlers to defend it. But I don't think so India will be too generous against Pakistan. They will be trying to go all out. The only concern is if Abhishek Sharma, if he gets out early, then the whole responsibility lies on the middle order. Unfortunately, not many times the middle order has been tested, and yesterday they were tested. Somewhere or the other, I think Abhishek Sharma, the team is relying heavily on them. And if he gets a good start, again, the middle order has to capitalize on it. Crossing 180 is enough. In fact, 170 is enough for India on this particular wicket. Dubai is a very, very difficult track to bat on. Hence, it was surprising yesterday that the team, which did not have Hardik Pandya and Jasprit Bumrah, they conceded away 200 plus runs against Sri Lanka, or maybe it was Sri Lanka's extraordinary effort. But I don't see Pakistan chasing down 170 plus total over here against Kuldeep Yadav, Jasprit Bumrah, or even Varun Chakravarti. So out and out, even 170 is enough. But for me, if I'm hungry, I'm desperate, I'm keen to score to watch big sixes and 4 runs, 4 boundaries in this format. So I think 200 is what India will be trying to get, because it's a big game against Pakistan. Anything could happen.
Okay, again, Sunil, the same question. Before I wrap this up, I would also want a response from Shekhar about what should be a realistic score for India to aim.
I think the first power play should be around 80 odd runs. The first 10 overs should be around 125. And I think the last 10 overs should be around 220 is what India should be looking at. But yes, tosses thing is very critical, that India should jump over 200 runs, because this is a final and you want to have a victory at the highest, with the highest of margins in this.
Shekhar, what's your estimate?
India would score around 140, 160. But also realize this is the final. So anything if you score within 160, 180, it's almost like you're 20 runs ahead because there's a pressure of the finals also. And India's batting, India's bowling has been tested, and I think India coming in with the experience of the super over will be a more matured, side in this entire Asia Cup tournament. India's bowling versus Pakistan's bowling and batting. This is going to be a very exciting proposition tomorrow. So I think 160, 180 is what they're looking at, because it's a final and you never know how it's going to really turn out. It's also a pitch which they're going to play on tomorrow. So it's going to change completely, of course. And the pressure of the final.
All right.